I'm feeling scorned, fires from hell. You say you're God, man. So what? I'm the devil herself. Alpha playing beta, not to upset your ego. Kept inside a cage because of power too real. Tried to tell me that I'm nothing and to know my worth. Well, big bad daddy, I'm a wolf, yeah. So please I meet you now. You know my name, Mother Destroyer, you're one and the same. Mr. Preacher, time to give up the throne. I'm master now, damn, it's good to be home. Just call me Alpha. Just call me Alpha. Just call me Alpha. Just call me Alpha.
Hello everybody. This is another drawing stream we're gonna be doing. This is the second one in a row. Last time we were drawing some painting for a different special occasion. So basically, this is gonna be like a second drawing stream for the actual comic book. Which is proceeding pretty well. I gotta say that I'm somewhere at around page 15 out of 85 plus ish. So I just decided to take a very slower pace while working on this. We also have a few people in the chat already. We have Imeg as usually. I gotta say that Imeg, I never missed a single drawing stream that I ever had. So thanks for hanging out. And also we have David. Hi, David. I'm glad to see you here. And I think we're gonna have a few people on the panel as well. I'm kind of waiting for Gaze to show up, but we're gonna start without him. So this is a page I'm currently working on. All right. There he is. I thought he would miss it. Hey, Pillar Rider. So this is a page we're working on. Originally, I wanted to start working on a different page, but I just figured out you guys would like to see more wolves and action and a little bit of the tension and suspense. So I just decided to start with this one. And what you're looking at over here at this blue line, that's basically what's been pulled out of the thumbnail, which was like this big. Right, so I just decided to add a few more details for the like ugly sketch. I know that you guys who work with like actual comics are used like to very detailed penciling and so on. But honestly, I kind of know how to work, with myself. So when it comes to my own work, I'm good to go with this because in my head I already know what I want to work with. So there's no need for me to spend countless hours to do shading, penciling, adding all the textures that are supposed to be there, because those are, if you have a different inker than a penciler, so it's easier for them to work on that. Originally I had this flipped. Right now I'm trying to draw a wolf that is looking up, and I've this one over here, and I've had like three versions drawn already, but it always came out really bad, and here's the thing, like if you start drawing a wolf, with the eyes, and then you just draw the snout, it looks weird. So I just decided to ditch the ears completely and try to work on that head a little bit first, so we can attach the ears later on. And yeah, this is gonna be like a really chill stream, not really I don't know. So if I'm a little more inactive, with you guys in the chats, just pardon me. But this is supposed to be like we're getting done. Yeah. So the eyes should be like perked, and since they are like wrapping around the head, they should go maybe something like this. A little bend. Also, we have Splat Guts in the chat. Hey man, glad to see you here. We're just working on another page. I don't know how long the stream is gonna be. Honestly, if I'm like not too tired or this doesn't get like too, big of a deal, I would like to keep this going for a little bit longer. But we shall see how the general atmosphere is gonna be like. I guess I just wanted to like hang out and not be completely like alone while drawing. And it's fun to draw with TV on, but still. Even though this is like the need to talk, Is that a stripper pole to the left of the wolf? You mean the border over here? Yeah, right. You see stripping poles everywhere. You're becoming a second Walton. Unbelievable. Yeah. And we're gonna add some trees over here. I don't know. What I like to do is, I know how to draw trees physically, right? But with comics, and with this particular program, Clip Studio offers so many different assets, amazing assets, and textures, brushes, and things like that, right? So if I want to draw a tree, I just grab this beautiful foliage brush, right? And I can set it to however I want, with the particle size, and just draw the tree like this, in a few few strokes, and the tree is pretty much done. So I'm not a person that would be against using aids like that, left and right, all right? Because I think it's meant to help the creators and the artists. So I'd like to know what you guys think about it. So I'm just gonna wait for some responses in the chat, and we shall see. Also, a very good thing when you're drawing, if you're watching this as artist, is to flip the canvas quite often, because then you can see the mistakes that you're doing a lot. Also, I heard somebody, and I'm not really sure if it was Imega saying that, or it was somebody else, or maybe Joe Catapano, I'm not really sure. But they were saying that when drawing, you should be drawing like on a canvas like this, and not to constantly go back and forth. But I don't know. For me, I think I just grew a bad habit with this. That's why I love when I have the screen tablet. Right now, I'm working, with a not screen tablet, which is kind of obnoxious, but I've been working with it since very beginning. Then I got a new job, and they gave us those fancy tablets. Then I worked on it, just solely on it, for a few months, and yeah, got used to it. I got spoiled. My manager keeps telling me that I'm spoiled. Use every tool available. Right. That's right. It was Catapano. He turned off the rotation. Mad lad. Well, I don't know. I like the rotation, right? For example, when I'm drawing on the second tablet that I got recently, it's very clumsy, and without the rotation, it would do like when I use the pen on that tablet and do the like slow line, it does this, right? So basically, what I help myself by rotating the screen. Alrighty. So I don't even know what to talk about. Honestly, I just wanted to turn some music on and to just keep drawing. The worst part is I can even like talk many topics since I'm from different country, and all of those crazy topics that were flying over this week, they're not even barely touching me, you know, like the whole Will Smith, the Hollywood entertainment movies, and you know, should like politics. Oh my god, that's another thing. Like, why should I talk politics of another country, right? It's like, yeah, inside voice. Not all people have it. Also, I don't know if you noticed, but over here we're basically drawing three wolves in this page who are participating in this story, and the two of them are facing on a cliff, and the one is waiting below under the cliff. So I'm not gonna say which one is which, but let's just say that like two of them you already know, or okay, maybe one of them for sure. Some of them who've been paying very close attention might recognize even the third one, but we shall see. This one is gonna look like a panda, because yeah, why not? Looking cute. Sometimes I get really mad when I'm drawing, and my manager doesn't like that at all. I remember when I was drawing some stuff for Sunsborn, and I just did the same thing I just did a while ago. You know, I wasn't like content, happy with what I finished, and so I just deleted it like plain. And it was like, no, what have you done? So it just feels very natural for me, and it's actually very frustrating to see something that's not done as I would like it to look. So I just rather delete it. Yeah, I think this one is gonna be a lot better. Worst part, often I don't even realize it, but I've been adding details to a picture, which is gonna be like this big, right? So basically, all the details will disappear. America is just screwed. I don't know, man. I mean, in some ways, your country is amazing and very, very like, yeah. I can't find the word. Like we can learn quite a lot, but in some ways, yeah, it turned from the typical American dream to something. Yeah. Not sure. And we have Tommy. Maybe Tommy. I don't know how you're available, but maybe there's gonna be a link flying your way just for the sake that I want to hear how were pigs howl on the moon, because that's the guys, you need to hear that. That's top notch. Yeah. Weekend. Yeah, there it is. Weekend the moon. There it is. And also we have Red Gaze. What are you doing there? We're waiting for you. I am waiting for you. Okay, I'll wait a little bit longer. Apparently he needs to finish the pizza, so Pelrad doesn't give him shit. But yeah. The funniest part about like drawing this is often before I start drawing wolves, I need to like look tons of references. So I always have like a second tab open. Guys, if you've seen my screens, you would be laughing because some people work that they have a screen where they're working and the stream screen, right? Ever since I started working with that at that new job, my screens looks like a tab, 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 and there are like six different things going on in each one. So, and I found it very useful. You just need to have really big monitors for that. What are you talking about, man? We're sharing this workspace. You know how to get here. You don't give me shit for that. But okay, fine. I'll send you a link because I'm amazing and beautiful and very selfless there and all stuff and things. Yeah, and you know what? Tommy and Chris Fisk, I'm sending a link to the prop group. So if you want to join, you know, you can jump in whenever you want to. So, and my tablet is about to die. When meeting other werewolves, do they sniff each other's butt like how dogs do? No. Oh my God, no. Why would they do that? They have the inner voice. They communicate. They know each other. There he is.
Yeah, they do. They do sniff each other's butts.
No, they
That's
don't.
what I've heard.
No, they don't. You don't make my werewolves perfs.
Well, Pet Rider does that. You don't need me for that. Actually, just about everybody does. It's a common thing.
Wait, what? Like, do you sniff other people's butts?
Well, no, I meant they like to perv up the werewolves, but I mean, I will. Depends on the occasion.
No. You did it.
What do you think, Tommy? Butt sniffing or no butt sniffing?
Weak. Sorry.
You forgot to add anemone.
I was doing waking mode. It's not my fault.
Okay, Tommy, I want to see the werepig, please.
Hold on. I really got to get another statue made now. I had one of my subscribers made me a little tiny statue.
What?
A werepig statue?
No. Unfortunately, it's not a werepig statue yet. I can use one of those, but here, let me see. Get this camera to work.
Ooh. Oh my God, that's cool. Wait.
You will be assimilated.
Damn. You know what it reminds me of? How do I turn this back? There.
Tommy's
It's
avatar?
No, yeah, that too. But it really reminds me of, like, over here we have this Easter tradition where we make a pie in the shape of a young lamb, and we have this form, and it reminded me of that.
Oh, you do like sculpted food?
No, we just have the baking form. We're too lazy. No, let's not call it lazy. I'm taking that back. We are crafty. That.
So, Tommy, I need to know about this whole the werepigs versus the Smallwood Walton campaign that you're going on about.
It needs to happen. Anytime that we can actually put Walton Sutton to size, first off, and show him for what exactly he really is, I think it's a beautiful thing. And really, Look at all the guinea pig channels popping up. This is a subject that everybody wants to hear about.
What's Macaulay Cam? Can somebody translate this for me?
Hold on, reading. Calican uppercuts the kaiju canines in the balls.
It's called the. You ready for this one? You're reading it all wrong. It's called the Mecha Lycan uppercut
Mecha,
the
right.
kaiju canine.
Oh,
And this is why you have a werepig on the panel.
thank you, Piggy. You're
Listen,
a good pig.
It's Saturday. It might be the equivalent of the afternoon here, but for me, it's still morning.
Oh damn! Oh damn! No, there's no mecha anything drawn ever in balls ever.
Ever.
No
Yeah.
mecha.
Katie's not fond of the robots and the armor and all that stuff.
No, I'm not.
But you really should be. Oh, Lena pilots the Mecha Lycan in a special suit
No,
with a retractable top because she gets awful hot in the cockpit.
no. Tommy, do something about it. Go Pitbull or something.
I don't know. From you keep talking about how tall you are. I mean, maybe it's because the cockpit's too small and you need a little bit more room.
No, it's not about the. Never mind. It's about the drawing part, you know. Right, Kitty. Oh my God, we haven't seen you for such a long time. What have you been doing? Why haven't you visited the probe?
Well, we did. She transitioned into Riot Doggo, and apparently it didn't stick. She's back to Riot Kitty. Well, I think
What?
you're wrong.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's not. Okay, is it rude to ask gender?
Well, no, you don't have to. Riot Kitty is a female. It's kind of common knowledge.
Oh, okay. Then
I mean,
probably...
unless she prefers they them, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. There's been a lot of transitioning going on lately.
Yeah, that's true. But then I probably mistook somebody else. I remember I thought somebody was a chick, and they came at me and they were like, "Hey, I'm a dude." I'll figure it out. I'll remember.
Oh, well, some dudes it's hard to tell, you know.
Yeah, some sit while they pee, and
It gets harder every day.
yeah, struggles. So what do you have new, guys? Seriously, I didn't prepare anything special for this stream. It was supposed to be just like draw.
I was just scrolling up to see what colorful comments I missed.
What did you miss?
Did you get that one? Is that a stripper pole to the left of that wolf?
Of course. I don't know why he's trying to, stick stuff Walton in my comics all the time, but he has that.
No, he's so small he can fit just about anywhere.
Oh my God! Right, wait. I'm just gonna write him over here so he doesn't feel like very. It's gonna be like mambo jumbo, and there's the pole.
No, you got to ask these days. That's the proper thing to do, is to present yourself with your pronouns now and ask for their pronouns, right?
Really?
That's what we're supposed to do now. If
Oh
you're
my
mentally
God.
retarded.
Okay, like I was just imagining that for a work interview. Hey, good day to you, sir. I'm Hershey.
Right. It says it's been a while since my regular form has visited. I'm doing well, thank you. I've actually got almost all of my designs for her comic's first part done. Good. That's awesome. And she also confirmed she is a female kitty.
Thank you, female kitty. Oh my
No
God.
they them's here.
Who did I'm gonna figure it out. I'm just gonna remember. I know I have that name somewhere in the back of my mind.
I'm guessing it's not that important.
But it's gonna bug me till I figure it out. But anyways, there was this news on Twitter today that I would like to address and maybe ask you guys and maybe ask even people in the chat. You know, yep, there was some shit going on. The late campaigns, that's pretty much common knowledge, and we already know about everything, and all that apparently is very normal, common. But what do you think about? Okay, you just imagine I had a campaign that's being late, and I have a unsatisfied customer that's not happy with how the campaign is being handled. So, they ask me for a refund, right? So what's the logical thing to do here? Because I think I'm confused with that.
I've always been of the mind, like, if you're a few months late, like, that's, it's crowdfunding. I don't want to say it's to be expected, because the expectation should be to deliver when you say you're going to deliver. If somebody's a few months late, it depends on what's going on. If they're in communication, letting people know what's up, I can forgive that. That's not a big deal to me. If you hit the year mark, you're that's beyond that's beyond the forgiveness point. And if people are asking for refunds if you're like a year or more late, I think you should honor that. That's just my opinion.
That's kind of very logical thing to do. And when you mentioned those few months being few months late, I personally think it really depends, or the communication here is a key, right? Like if, for example, something can happen, right? Like shit happens, life happens all the time, right? Even I can be late, even if I'm, working my ass off day and night, something happens, right? Communication is the key in a way where you just let people know what's been going on. And if they see you that okay, stuff been happening, but she's back on the track, she's working, she's probably gonna be late, but she's leaving her like updates every now and then, and we see the progress going on. I think that's actually a good deal there.
Yeah, I think so too. I don't know, like, as somebody who's obviously done the crowdfunding thing and kind of knows the steps, I think it's fairly reasonable to ask for a refund up to, like, once the campaign is overdue. If it's overdue and you're not happy with it, I think it's reasonable to ask for a refund, so long as things have not gone to print yet. Because obviously some money's been spent. If you have to hire artists or something like that, or colorists, whatever. But I don't know. My personal view is, unless, like, when I go to print, that's pretty much it. You're kind of locked in at that point. Outside of that, I hear some people saying, like, well, the money's been spent and taxed and blah, blah, blah. Well, spent on what? Like, you're the artist. You're not paying anybody for art. Nothing's gone to print yet. The book isn't finished. It's been like a year or two now. So what money has been spent? I don't know. It's an excuse to me. Like, get off your high horse. Like, the whole point of this whole thing was supposed to be respectful. Be respectful to the customers. That's what we wanted. That's what we wanted to see. Get the identity politics out of crap. Just tell good stories and treat the customers with respect. And I see a lot of comments under a lot of different IGGs where people are asking, just, some of them are very polite, actually, asking for refunds and things like that. And I see a lot of disrespect being thrown around there. Others are not so polite, but again, that's kind of understandable, especially when you brag about how you're not going to be late this time, and there you are 2 years later.
Well, I think that's part of the problem, though, right? Is most of these people that are doing these campaigns, they start to think that they're a little bit bigger and better than they are, and they forget what it is from the customer's aspect. And you want to treat the customers the exact same way that you would like to be treated. And I think a lot of people miss that, because I even see that on eBay when I'm selling shit. There's certain people out there that sell things. They just think that they're better than everybody, and you're just going to take this how I give it to you, whether you like it or not. It may be, I'll give you, for example, somebody sent me a Transformer. Instead of actually putting it in a box, the son of a bitch put it in one of those envelopes, the manila envelopes, and just taped it all the way around, sent
they
it
put
like
a Transformer in there?
Yeah, I was like, dude, are you kidding me? Like, one side of the box was a little smashed up and everything. It didn't destroy the figure, but it could have easily been destroyed, because this guy didn't take the time to send it out the way he would expect to receive his shit. It's respect. You know what I mean? It's the same respect this artist wants to receive himself for the work that he's putting out, he should be given that same thing to the people that he's trying to promote it to. And I think a lot of people have lost sight of that.
I think you're right, and you should respect the commitment. When you're doing these things, you're making a promise, you're making a commitment to people that you're going to, do this to the best of your ability. And it's very obvious that there's quite a few people out there not doing it to the best of their ability. They're doing it, but at their own pace, their own time, la-di-da, twirling the fingers, whatever. No, that's not how you handle these things. Rye Kitty says it depends on the individual customer and the communication given. If you don't mind, or if you don't communicate, people will get irritated with any kind of delay. That's right. But yeah, if someone asks, then you give them a refund.
And when it comes to, for example, like packaging and stuff like that, I'm just gonna say, like, I received a book that I backed a year and a half ago, and it came in a cardboard mailer without a bag, and all the additional stuff like the bookmarks and the little prints were like stuffed inside the book, right?
Mhm.
Thankfully, the book wasn't damaged. It was like just the edges were a little, like badly cut. But and it's just, I'm not gonna bag that again. I decided not to say who it was, but I made sure to let them know in DM.
I had a very similar situation, Katie, with another person that put out an independent book, and I'm not going to mention who, but yeah, when it arrived, it once again, it arrived in like a manila type of envelope, a padded manila envelope, don't get me wrong, but it was so large compared to what was in there. What the post office did is they wound up rolling it up like it was a joint, and they stuffed it in my mailbox.
No.
So the comic was all rolled up, and the extras that were in with the comic were all like wavy.
Yeah, you see, and that's the danger with doing things like that. Like, I mean, you can't cheap out on this stuff. When it comes to shipping, you have to, at the very least, use a Gemini mailer. Like, if you're shipping comics, you got to use something solid.
Well, when I got a hold of the person and I told them what happened, they sent out another book, and that one was actually in a Gemini mailer, so it arrived perfect. So,
yeah, I've heard of instances where people did ship out like very cheaply, and they, after like the first shipment, they kind of figured it out that this isn't working and corrected things from there. And I applaud that.
Yeah, like sometimes we're just learning on our own mistakes. I gotta say that my campaign would end up in a terrible shape. No, because like my mom's first question when I told her that I need to print the books and blah blah blah, send them to my people, it was like, do you want me to print it at school? On a school printer.
The answer to that is hell no, hell no,
hell no. Of course, so that's why I'm like,
thank you. But hell no.
yeah, exactly. So that's why I'm so thankful that I could slack off on this one. Thank you, Red.
No problem. Yeah, I wanted to highlight this comment quick because I think Black Guts here pretty much hits the nail on the head. He says, I don't mind waiting longer for higher page counts. Once you are a year late, shut the fuck up and turn off your YouTube and social media and get to work. Exactly. I think that's dead on right there.
Exactly.
Couldn't agree more. Riot said I would at least put a figure in a box if I'm sending it to someone. Yeah,
that's one of the things that ridiculous. I do, Red. People could ask Vinny if they don't believe me. I overpack things just because I know what USPS, UPS, and FedEx can do to boxes. So I overpack. I put tons of freaking bubble wrap and everything, and not the cheap stuff. I'm talking about the big air pillows that I get because, the Piggy supplies come packaged in the big air pillows, so I have tons of it. So I overpack everything when I send it because I want to receive stuff that same way. I wanted to see that there's some kind of care being put into the shipment for this item to make sure you get it the way that you see it when you're purchasing it. So, that's just, to me, that's just common sense, and that's just respect for not only the person who's buying it, but for yourself as well, for your name, what you're doing, because that's your business. Whether it's like eBay, whether it's comics, that is your business, and that is your name being tied to that. Do you want your name to be tied with substandard, subpar? No, I wouldn't think so.
Hell no. That's why we do blood bond books.
Exactly. Which I would like to ask people in the chat who received bonds and Sunsworn, uh, whether the packaging or the form or shape is like relevant for them, or is it just like a beautiful plus? Thank you for thinking about us, and just some feedback about how you were satisfied with the packaging and the design of the packaging mostly, and the content and all that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, feedback is always welcome and always appreciated. Definitely. Fist says if the book isn't shipped to them, I'm fully willing to refund, no questions asked. If they have the book, think it sucks, and want a refund, I may be willing to, or I may hit if they're willing to return. Yeah, I don't know. That last bit there is kind of iffy to me. I don't know.
I'm just wondering why Fisk is like responding in the chat when he could be sitting over here with us.
I know, right? Well, I do like Red. I see where you're going with that, and I would disagree with Chris to that second part as well, because that would be just like saying, okay, I'll fill this in because somewhere Wookiee's going to hear Transformers, he's going to have to drink, so I have to say it. So if I order a Transformer and I think the figure sucks when I get it, that's nobody's fault by my own. I should have paid more attention to what the figure looked like. So that's on me. I don't think I deserve a refund because I picked something up and it was, just didn't look as good as I thought it would. Now, if the thing arrives broken, that's a whole different story. That'd be the same thing if your book arrived damaged. So, no, if they just don't like it, that's on them. They should have read the description better. They should have realized maybe this is not something I'm going to like. I would say that second half is on them.
Yeah, I would agree with that, because I mean, if that were the case, then I'd have probably asked for close to 50 refunds by now. But I haven't, because like you said, yeah, you look it over, you decide whether or not you want to back it, and if you do, then it's all good. As long as the everything arrives in good shape, I'm good. Even sometimes I've had stuff arrive with like bent corners and stuff, and I'm like, whatever, it's not that big a deal.
For example, I'm not a collector, so for me, unless the book isn't completely mold, I don't really mind, because I'm gonna be reading it and showing it off and looking at it, attaching it, anyway. So, what's the problem with that?
Now, I tell you what, if you ever hear Walton say that he wants a refund, don't do it, because we don't know what he's doing when he's touching these books. They are made out of paper, and paper comes from wood.
That's a good point.
Yeah, Walton is a special case there.
I don't care if that peen's clean or not. I don't want it on my book. Don't send that back to me if you're rubbing it up.
Can you imagine, like, he would send you Wings of Vengeance back? The back ones. You would probably have to burn it.
Yeah, I wouldn't even take that out of the package. I would retrieve the package with tongs and put it right in the burn barrel.
Would you have a private Walton return barrel?
Can you imagine the flame would get all green?
Ew.
Yep.
Yeah, what is with people shipping in regular old envelopes containing objects that shouldn't be shipped in regular envelopes? Yeah, that's just stupidity.
Yep.
And cheapness. A lot of it boils down to cheapness. I'll say that too. I mean, when you're printing these books, if you're asking somebody for $25 for a book, print that thing right. If you have enough pages to get it perfect bound, get it perfect bound. Don't use staples, and use high quality paper. Don't use the cheapest shit you can find. I don't want a print that looks like I pulled it out of a Kleenex box. It shouldn't be waving around like that. It should be a nice solid print. Sorry, I'm a stickler for quality. If you're charging premium prices, you should be delivering premium products, period.
I mean, like, if I order a book, right, from, for example, Amazon for $3, and it becomes it comes damaged, I'll read it and I'm done. No refunds, nothing. Okay, $3 never hurt me. But okay, you say $25, but for example, for me, it's like 50, right? Because plus the shipping overseas, and that's a killer already. So.
Yeah, the international fix especially. I feel sorry for people who, regardless of which way it's going, if you're ordering something out of country, I think it's a bit cheaper for them to send to the United States and for the United States to send to them, regardless of where in the world they might be. But yeah, it's still that shipping's a killer.
Yep.
And you got to factor all that in. Splackgoat says, I like the Bonds box. I'll be honest, I don't have the space to collect all the boxes. I really want stuff well protected. Yeah, me too. And that's honestly one of the things I had to keep telling myself as I was packaging our last two campaigns. Like every time I was putting a box together, I would sit there and tell myself, the box is not the product. The box is not the product. Because, you know, you'd got to fold them all up, and sometimes something folds half-assed. And you're like, oh, shit. But yeah, you know, it's the box is not the product.
Yeah.
I don't know. I treated it like it was part of the product. I've got a whole stack of those things now.
Oh, that's entirely up to you. Yeah, I mean, I encourage people. Yeah, if you like the box and you want to collect it and keep your stuff in it, absolutely. I hope they all arrive in good shape. But I just know how the postal service is, and I don't expect most of the boxes to arrive in good shape. I've had boxes returned to me that were just beat to hell, but thankfully everything inside was still good, and that's how I hope everything arrives. Not beat to hell, but if it is beat to hell, I hope everything inside is still good.
You can change the box.
Yeah. Yeah, when it does come back. Yeah, that's what I do almost every time I change out the box and send it back. If you live in Michigan or Illinois, talk to your local USPS and FedEx personnel. These people have severely damaged my packages. Yeah, it's not just there, man. It's not just there. Anything FedEx. I would never ship anything through FedEx because I've seen how those people handle stuff in the facilities. Never. Jim Cox. What's up, Jim? How you doing, man?
Hey, Jim.
He says there's no excuse for low quality, especially for second or more time creators. Absolutely, Jim. 100%. Aaron. What's up, Aaron? How you doing, man?
Hey,
I do live in Michigan. Well, I have a word with your postal service.
Well, you know what? It's not just FedEx. I mean, it really is all of them. I've had all three of them damage packages beyond belief. The last one I had is I'd ordered a Transformer figure, a Wookiee, wherever you are, drink, and I'd gotten a Rodimus Prime figure. It's a fairly large figure. It's like the box is over, it's like 13 inches tall or something like that. This guy had it in another box. He had bubble wrap around it, but my USPS was apparently, I think they were kicking it around like it was a kickball or something, because the box was all kinds of smashed up and the figure was broken inside of it. And I've had that happen multiple times. It's these individual carriers that just don't give a shit. So, of course, first thing I do is I put my claim in, and I almost always get it because I've already been through the ringer with these companies, each one of them at least 2 or 3 times.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. And they do a lot of contract work too, and those people really don't care.
Well, yeah, like my USPS, it's not a regular postal delivery guy. It's a subcontractor that drives his own vehicle. So that's even worse.
Yep, they're just trying to get the stuff out and get home. I don't know. I don't want to, put a blanket statement down. I'm sure there's plenty of people out there who do care. Because I worked for a delivery service for a while back, and I cared. I'd spent like 17 hours on the road some days just to make sure everything got where it was supposed to be in the proper condition. But not everybody does that. That's for sure.
Okay, you gotta admit that you like driving, so.
I do like driving. So.
Nothing. It's
not
just
necessarily that long.
like for some people, I can imagine like what drives you to a point where you take somebody else's package out, and you basically kick it to their door.
Well, you know what the worst I ever seen is? I was sitting down at the computer doing YouTube stuff. Imagine that, and I heard thump at my front door. And I knew I had a package coming. It was a whole bunch of Wookiee, wherever you are, Transformer parts and GoBot parts and stuff like that. So I knew this big box was coming. A few of it had like stuff from the 70s, like converter bots, like the early ones. And I go right to the front door. I open it up and I see the guys already pulling away. I look at the package and the package is smashed, meaning he got to the end of my driveway and just like peeked around the corner from my garage and threw it up the walkway to my front door.
Damn.
Of course, half the shit in there was busted too. So,
you know what? By the way, the way you're going, I think tomorrow Twitter is gonna announce that Wookiee died from alcohol poisoning.
I hope not.
Yeah, me too.
Wookie is a great addition to the community. we
Oh
need
my
him to be
God.
around for many, many years.
I need to see Wookiee complete that Star Destroyer that I sent him.
Yep.
What's up, Omega? How you doing, man? Says, I've been lucky that none of my books have ever come damaged. That's great. That is great. Yeah, the vast majority of mine came in fine shape.
Inform.
Except for the ones I ordered from the printer. I did have quite a few damaged books that came from the printer on several occasions, but they were good enough to replace them. So
I don't know. Every single one of the books that I got from you guys, including Chris and Vinny, I have not had a problem with any of them. Not a single one. They've all arrived in good shape. Even the one that you said was what'd you say? It was a war-torn book? I think that thing looked phenomenal. I mean, I know what you were saying. It was just like small little dings and everything, but I thought it looked great for what it was.
You know what is worn-torn for me? Oh, where is it? Okay, this is worn-torn, right? Like, okay, can you see the edges by now? And the it's been heavily used. Like maybe at least I'm flipping through it every single stream, right? So that's like war-torn. What is he? What he was doing there? He took every book that went. Put those microscope glasses on, and no, but there's a millimeter of bent edge. No.
yeah, well, I don't know. That's just how I like to do things. Like if it's not perfect, I don't want to send it out, and that's why I labeled them war-torn. It was a little exaggerated. Okay, so yeah, there might be a tiny bend on an edge or a little crease in the binding, but that to me, that's just not. It's not.
God, I would hate to see you picking out
full
books
price.
in like a Barnes and Nobles or something, Red.
Yeah, it's not full price condition. So
all day, like everything out on the floor, like the what are they called? The milkmaids and the ones that like search through the eggs looking for that perfect carton of eggs.
I might have done that occasion, but yeah, that's why I don't like. And yeah, folks in the chat, let me know your opinion on this as well, because I've been thinking about putting some stuff on Amazon just to make it readily available all the time, and I'm just not sure because I know a lot of times when I order stuff from Amazon, they'll just throw the book in like a totally oversized box, like no wrapping or anything on it, and just send it out that way. And sometimes I get bothered when it comes in that way because it's obviously the book's just in there like flopping around all over the place, and yeah, it's bending the edges.
They have that thing.
In
They have that thing for Amazon now for creators, for writers and stuff like that, where basically just say Edge of Annihilation. If you send them the PDF file and whatever artwork you have, they take all the responsibility of printing and sending it out and everything, and you could just get a commission from it.
Right, and I get that the complaints would go to Amazon, but I don't know. Like I don't want to. I have like we just kind of went over. I'm a little anal about how things arrive to people. I would still feel like that reflects on me. You know what I mean?
Right.
Oh my God, I'm right now. I'm so happy Bolton's not here. He would take that comment and just drive with it with the whole stream.
That's because Walton isn't open out of or in the closet gay.
Damn. But till our chat, the response what I was trying to say by when I was describing you trying to handle the worn-torn copies, that was actually a compliment, because I think that's actually how all the creators should handle their stuff. Like when you get like 100 books on a pallet, and you just decide to pack it, in packages, boxes, blah blah blah. You should go through it. It's not like manufacture, like, right?
No, you don't. I mean, I do. I scour every book before it gets packed to make sure it's in perfect condition. Yeah, a couple might escape me, here and there, but I do my best. B-Rose says I've ordered books from Amazon. I know the feel. Shit irks the F out of me. Yeah, it is. It's irritating. It's just like they don't care.
I mean, I've gotten one of them from Kai. I got his book, Space Prime Domino, and I was actually surprised that it was absolutely fine when it arrived. So, I mean, I don't know. My experience with Amazon is very limited. I don't like using their services.
Yeah, I have gotten some stuff from Amazon that arrived perfectly fine. But that's not. They're the exception to the rule. This says I'll probably go Amazon after my in-demand ends. Backers get the high-quality version. Everyone else can get the Amazon edition. Yeah, that's kind of how I was looking at it. Got the cute little foil stamp on there and everything. The books arrived signed, but they're like I've gotten some novels that were printed by Amazon, and they're not bad. I mean, it's not bad quality. It's just how they ship it that I don't care for.
I got a question for Chris. Did you watch the whole 2 solid minutes of him scratching?
Uh-oh.
By the way, Tommy, I just read the private chat. Like, if you have something about the drawing, definitely point it out. Ready to chat as well. Like, if you see something that's like trying to get your eyes out.
Well, as I seen it, you started already correcting it. That's why I was like, oh, okay, never mind, you got it.
No. But be very vocal about it. The problem I'm having is like I'm staring into this for hours, and I just don't see the mistakes anymore. And then I just printed, and after half a year, I opened my book, and I was like, oh my.
I'm still hung up on this 2 solid minutes. Was he scratching his balls with the device?
Could this be why Walton is always talking about the clean thing now? Was it him?
I don't think Walton works for UPS. Right. It says she also never had a book arrive damaged. That's awesome. He was glued to the screen. It was like a car wreck. He couldn't look away.
I don't know. I mean, it could make sense. UPS, unclean peen services. Maybe that's where he used to work before.
Yeah, what can nut butter do for you?
Uh-oh.
Now, did he put the package down before he started working on his own? I wonder. Was it handled pre or post nut rub?
I don't know. I still can't comprehend that it's more comfortable for him. I wonder whether Fisk is just scratching his balls now instead of coming over here. That's all.
Probably. Look, he keeps putting these novels in the chat. Like,
right?
This is a Walton move, Fisk. This is a Walton move. This is what you don't do. Come on, man. Look at this. Look at this. You got that much to say. Just come in here and say it.
No, wait a minute. No, don't tell him that, because when Katie gets monetized, that's a big super chat right there.
Come on, Fisk is gonna be he's a friend. He's just gonna keep writing the novels there, and we're gonna read it with happiness and pleasure.
We'll read them, Fisk. We'll read them.
Of course we will.
Black that says it's only been the past few years I read anyone complaining about delivery problems. Well, there were some at the onset as well. I recall. I remember. I won't call them out. There was a certain creator who did send their work out in a very flimsy envelope. That was a problem. I got one of those. There was another that went through a service that apparently just stamped the address on the back of the book and sent it out. That was a shit show. But yeah, it does seem like it's becoming more and more of a common thing here lately. So I would just encourage everyone, don't cheap out. Use a Gemini at the very least, and make sure those books arrive safely.
I would be so happy if we had like 100 people watching, and all 100 of those people watching would be like creators, so they could hear this.
Yeah, well, they need to hear it. And if anybody's looking for advice as a creator, just hit one of us up. We're more than happy to.
Yeah, hit me up. I'm just gonna redirect you to Red Gaze.
Fist says one hand thumb typing on his device, the other hand firmly digging into his grundle. He did this after dropping the box. Well, that's good, but probably wasn't his first stop of the day, and he probably does that at every stop. So consider that.
What's a grundle?
What are we talking about, Katie? I think you can figure that out.
I don't know. But we have a deal. Whenever there's a word that I don't understand, I ask you.
I'm going to let Fist type this one out in the chat.
Unbelievable. Just ditching me out like that. Tommy saved the situation. What's a grundle?
Naughty Fisk.
Oh my God! Even Tommy is avoiding that. What? Oh, Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
No, right, Kitty wants to know too. See, Fisk, you're creating controversy. In the era of text, some of us are still capable of forming a complete thought instead of texting a dozen times. That's good to know. It's a lost art. Thinking is really a lost art these days. It's all about the current thing. Right now, the current thing is Grundle.
Unbelievable. As up till now, this day when we were talking about the novels that Fisk is writing into the chat, I had a person that he was pissing me off by the way he would talk. He would start telling this story about buying a dog, and it started like today I woke up and the sun was shining really nice, and I just decided to take a walk, and I saw some bird flying in the tree, blah blah blah, and it took like half an hour till he actually got to a point that he got a dog, right? And he would talk about every shit like in this way, and I felt that I've been very very good with this, handling this, till my manager actually came to me like, listen, you just take too damn long to get to the point.
Well, it's just one of those things, you just need to get to the point.
I just wonder, like, what would you say if you heard him? She would be probably like,
I imagine we'll find out one day.
Oh yeah. They added this liquify tool over here in Clip Studio, and I'm loving it.
Yeah, that looks pretty sweet.
Yep. It even looks like a wolf.
So what's going on in this panel? Is that wolf perving on the other wolf, or is it like getting ready to attack? What's happening?
Well, they're standing on like a cliffs, two cliffs facing each other. And I'm just gonna say that the bottom of the cliff where the third wolf is standing is a border between two packs, and we all know what happens when two wolves from different packs, meet. They tend to collide. But in this case, it's kind of tricky. First of all, there's this division between them that pretty much doesn't allow them to attack each other, and so that all they gotta do is scowl at each other, like, you stay over there, you bitch.
Gotcha. So just know your role.
Yeah.
Stay right over there.
Yeah.
Oh no! Chris has invoked the act of personal privilege.
I love that he's pointing the finger at Katie when I was the one that sat here and gave him shit.
Well, of course I'm calling him out. You know what? I'm calling you out to come over here. What was the word? Grundle. Yes. Explain the word Grundle now. Explain it to me now.
Expose your Grundle on stream, Fisk.
Ilk.
If I think it is what I think it is, or is it, never mind. What I was trying to say. I don't want him to show it. Sorry.
It'd be the reverse of that movie. If he explains it, they will leave.
That's very possible. He said, I did explain what a Grundle is. Did YouTube delete my comments? I didn't see it. Not on the StreamYard end, anyway.
It's not there.
Oh, yeah, he did. Wait a minute. Oh, no, it's not on YouTube either. Nope.
Sounds par for the course for YouTube.
And today I just decided to switch to a completely different set of inking brushes. This one I got from Jimmy Reyes from page 1. But I think they're not page 1 anymore. I don't know if you caught that.
I think he's just going by Jimmy Reyes.
Yeah.
Productions or something along those lines.
Jimmy's cool. And he came up with these cool brushes. Personally, I like this one, this chunky one. Wait, I'm just gonna show it to you. It's like blood, you know. Blah.
Oh, I was thinking that was Walton's underwear.
No. You just have to like horrify every single beautiful creature I have in this
It's true.
world.
I do. What's up, John? How you doing, man?
Hey, John.
Hey.
Says Katie likes them thick. The brushes. I'd imagine. Now, what's the difference between, like, can you illustrate the difference between this brush that you're using and like a traditional brush that you might otherwise use if you didn't have this one?
Well, I'm just gonna make a stroke, right? This is one that was predefined in Clip Studio. This one is a RAM Studio brush that I got from Robert Barzulo, and this one is Kolinsky brush from Jimmy Reyes. So I think you can see the
Gotcha.
shaping. Basically, it's about the ending, right? So when I press hard, it makes like a big thick brush, and I can just slower, and
Ooh,
just fiddle with the thickness.
that was the trail leading to Walton's bathroom.
Oh. No, that would actually look something like this.
Yeah, that's about right. About right.
By the way, is that dummy streaming today? Like, I haven't heard anything.
I don't know. Apparently, he's been having a good time with his son, so just let him do that.
Well, he's welcome to. I was just curious.
Pretty sure, yeah.
Are we gonna bug the shit out of him?
Most likely.
What kind of raid do we use now?
Stain raid.
Guys, if you come to the author Stephen Walton stream today, that he's gonna have probably at what time, guys?
I think he's been doing 5 here lately. So about an hour.
Okay, 5-ish. Then use what kind of raid again?
Stain raid?
Serious. Yeah, stain raid. I'm having this problem when I'm like drawing and I'm focused on what I'm drawing. I just like my brain farts.
It happens. Talking about Walton Fisk. All right, Kitty's heading out. Have a good day, right?
Be well.
You're right, Kitty. Have a good day. And I'll remember. Yeah, this time I'll remember. I'm still trying to remember who I called a chicken. It was actually a boy. It's also regular in our chat.
Right, okay. Well, Fisk is putting this on me now. Let's see here. Okay, he says Grundle equals the space between your peach hole and your cherries.
Oh my god. Wait. Now I'm trying to. We don't even have a word for that.
Taint. A lot of people call it taint.
We don't have we literally don't have a word for that.
Yeah, John, there's a lot of smells flying around, usually when Walton's present.
Just remember that beautiful Christmas present that he got from Tommy.
I know, right? I went to a lot of trouble to make that thing. At least the rest of the family said so.
Yeah, I'm just gonna ask: was it like manufactured?
No, I did this myself.
That's what I meant, like manufactured by you.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Well,
my.
no. Usually, when somebody says manufactured, usually that implies that it's done with machines and everything.
Oh, okay.
No, this is with the 100%. I did it at home, made the whole
Yeah.
thing as stinky, as dirty, and nasty as possible.
Handmade.
I went out of my way to incorporate extra smells in there that I know would like linger and just like be foul and odoriferous the minute he opened up the container. I went
Absorb into
above and
clothing.
beyond. Yeah, I went above and beyond. That's exactly what I did.
Yeah, all that. And he wasn't very appreciative, was he?
No.
But I think he used it to scare squirrels outside.
I know his kid didn't like it, and his kid ran out of the house.
Oh my god.
Fisk has a suggestion here, Tommy, for the next candle.
Oh, geez, I'm going to have to do some work to figure that one out. Send suggestions, Chris. Where do I start?
I imagine you probably take scents from both the front and the back and incorporate them, in the middle.
Wonder if I could find some like fish smelling wax to incorporate into that.
Damn.
Splat God said, I guess it's just us old heads who say taint quite this, taint quite that. Applies to women too. Yeah, see, that's the thing about Fisk. Fisk is he's an old head also, but he fancies himself, He's kind of like Steve Buscemi when he's in that, in the hoodie in that high school. He's like, hello, fellow kids.
Depends. I mean, I've seen Fisk in so many roles and moods and
oh yeah,
looks.
I just like fucking with him.
Yeah, leave, bitch, leave. All scared and pooped.
What?
Yeah, really, I was waiting for a wild Walton to appear.
This wolf is about to leave because he got like, yeah. Sure.
No, he's pussing out.
Huh?
He's pussing out.
Uh-huh.
I'm not going to cross that line.
Uh-huh.
Don't hit me.
Hit me, baby, one more time.
Just looking on the Twitter feed to see if there's anything worth talking about. Apparently not.
Well, we can always, talk about stuff that's already been flying out and talked about millions. Okay, that's another thing I would like to ask Chat. When there is something very fresh like that, the Will Smith thing that was very, very popular this week. How do you feel about like 10 streams on the same day talking about the same shit? For me, it's like amazingly obnoxious.
I agree. Yeah, it's some of this stuff is fun to talk about, but you talk about it and you move on. You don't stick on it for a week or two or three.
Unless it's a Todd McFarlane talk with Vinny.
Oh my god, that's a lifetime talk. Come on.
I could listen to him just go off about Todd McFarlane all day. It's freaking entertaining.
I mean, I could understand that everyone feels like relevant and wants to add something to the whole story, right? If I understand it right. But
I mean, I suppose, but I mean, how much can you really add to that? That's one of those things where you just kind of you laugh about it and you go on with your life.
Yeah. How much we actually do have till Walton starts streaming?
42 minutes.
Yeah, if he's streaming at 5. Yeah, well, 52 minutes.
Yeah,
No, I was just giving leeway time for wrapping up.
Yeah, we can stream over him a little. Well, John says it's interesting to hear a few different points of view about the slab. Then it grows old real quick. Yeah, yeah. Like that day, or the following day, I guess it would be. Like I'd expect to hear a lot of people talking about it, but after that, like, other than memes, because the memes are just funny all the time. I don't give a shit. But as far as like actual content, having discussions about it, I'd prefer to kind of move on after a day of introspection.
You know what? When I experienced this phenomenon for the first time on Twitter and YouTube, and when I actually joined the community. It was the Star Wars Rock, the character.
Oh, Geode, yeah.
Geode, yes.
Oh, you know what? You missed the best of all, Katie. You missed 5 million different videos on Brie Larson. What a shame.
I did.
Oh yeah, that was the thing for a while, and a while was like what, a month or two, maybe 3.
I thought it was more like 3 or 4 months. Quite honestly, it seemed like it.
Okay, I'm listening.
No, every day was just another take on what she had said at that award ceremony one day. It wasn't made for you. It wasn't made for you. And everybody was just going on and on and on about it. Then they couldn't stop talking about how bad Captain Marvel was going to be. And then when it came out, they couldn't stop talking about how bad it was. Then they couldn't stop talking about Rotten Tomatoes and all the shit that they were doing. Then what did they do afterwards? After it was all said and done, everybody kept going back to, well, Rotten Tomatoes has got this new movie. I thought you guys just said over the past few months with the whole Brie Larson thing that you can't trust Rotten Tomatoes in the information they're putting out. Yet here you are using them as a site to justify some movie that's coming out.
Well, when it comes to Rotten Tomatoes, I just figured out whenever they give them a high rating, it's going to be a very shitty movie. And whenever there's like a very low rating, there's a chance it might actually be good.
Well, they're not even. I mean, they're not even worth looking at anymore because they completely suppress the audience votes. It's just it's utter nonsense. What I would do, what I would recommend is that it's what I've always done. Just to take a look at the reviewers, the movie critics on their own, and if they give it a high rating, it is probably shit. And if they give it a mid to low rating, it might be worth checking out. Because I mean, I've been doing that for 30 years now, and it's worked out pretty good.
I take an even simpler approach. If I feel like finding out what it's about, I may watch the trailer, and then I'll read the synopsis of what it's supposed to be about. And I can form my decision of whether I not want to watch it at that point. Because quite honestly, they're the ones that have to try to convince me that their show is worth watching. And if they can't do it between the synopsis and the trailer, then I don't care.
Yeah, that's a good point too. Blackgut says nothing like that should ever occupy more than a 24 to 48 hour news cycle. I agree.
It kind of reminds me, there was this case we had over here in my country where a journalist was murdered along with his fiance, and it happened, God save me, 4 years ago. When they had nothing to talk about, they had COVID, now they have the Ukrainian war, but when they run out of news, they always bring this one up, always, and it's still not closed.
I miss the days when the news didn't have anything to talk about, where they would just do like squirrels water skiing and that kind of shit.
Yes.
Bring that back.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, inverse Rotten Tomatoes scale. Yeah, that never happens, right?
So here I got something else like oddball to say or talk about. I just seen a show that just got released on Netflix called The Krakow Monsters. It's supposed to be like a Slavic tale. It's mostly I guess Polish.
Yeah, it's Polish. I've seen it, yeah.
What did you think about that?
I haven't watched it yet, but I already came across it, and so far the only thing that was bugging me was probably the original dubbing, because I don't know, for me Polish language is kind of funny, because they have bunch of funny words. Like they have this word for search that is like szukać, and in our language it means like to have sex, right? So I mean, like sometimes you come across like few words and it makes you chuckle, and just imagine you have that serious situation over there where the action is about to drop down, and
Well, that kind of gels though, right? Because it could be a search for sex.
Yeah, it could
And
be.
all you need is one word.
And then you hear the Polish kurwa, and
Yeah, I did watch the first episode of that. So far, it's a little weird, but I might watch further. Did you watch any of it, Tommy?
Most of it, I think. I don't know, because I was looking for something to put on for my brother, and I started watching. I was like, it's. I wouldn't say it's great, but it's not horrible either. It's just weird. It just seems like a lot more emphasis has been placed on mythology and everything coming out of Poland, because you figured The Witcher, its roots are Polish mythology, and now you have this.
Yeah. Yeah, well, since we're talking about that, Katie and I were discussing like maybe telling some stories from like Slavic
Yes.
fairy tales and things like that. Like,
More,
is that something people would be interested in?
Yeah, mythology and things like that.
I love mythology stuff. I know that's a big yes for me.
We actually do have this figure that could be like very, very. It could be compared to the British Robin Hood, right? The legend is slightly different, and we also have like set of Slavic god system, right? The religion. So I mean that's another thing we would like to look into. It'd be kind of fun to work with it.
Yeah, I think it'd be interesting. It's a lot of stuff that we haven't been like overexposed to, which is good. So we've been overexposed to a lot.
Jesus, real quick though, Jesus, Katie, it almost looks like that wolf is packing.
Wait, what?
Like packing heat or packing?
Packing a big one. You don't see that?
Okay. I thought you were talking about.
Huh?
I don't really see it. Are you talking about the blue area?
No, the white area in between the legs. Look at the way it goes down. Yeah, just saying.
Where? Like over here?
Oh, I see. Like
no, over. You see
What?
it now?
In front of the back leg.
In front of the back. You mean this?
No, up a little bit further. It almost looks like it's dropping down. Yes.
Oh my God! You're a curve, Tommy. No, it's
Damn, that's like a horse dick.
Unbelievable. I'm streaming with a bunch of perverts. Horrible. I'm horrified here.
Well, you said to point things out. I'm sorry.
Thank you for pointing it out. But it doesn't look. Oh my God.
Fisk, listen, we don't do binary around here. Okay, it's all non-binary. He's talking about learning new languages. Always starts with the binaries: hello, goodbye, yes, no, please, thank you, etc. How the F do you pronounce this C with the squiggly on top, Katie?
That's ch. That's like TCH. You know.
John says, "You know what's on the Polish people are seeking."
Well, I gotta say, I've been on an exchange trip to Poland when I was at high school, and to be honest, they're kind of like down to earth people, like very religious. Oh my God, I remember I was staying at this girl, and she was horrified to have me as a as a guest, because I think like out of those 5 days, I came back home sober I think once or 2 times. So it was kind of fun.
Fisk is looking for some Slovak language instructions here.
Jesus Christmas. All right, let's do. No, I'm just gonna save this because that's a fatal mistake that I didn't do last time. It's saving, and then we're just gonna jump into a little language. You know, would you guys be interested in a stream where we explain the language and shit? Kind of want to know.
Yeah, sure.
All right. So the beautiful part about Slovak language is once you learn how to pronounce each letter, it stays that way. There are no, like in this case, the A is read like O, and the thing you have in English, for example. So we have these funky, the ch, the sh, the je. You know, basically you need to put your lips, you know, like you're about to kiss somebody, right? And this one is read like ch. Can you repeat after me, guys?
Ch.
Perfect. Tommy, go.
Weak.
This one is sh, you know, sh, like ship.
Ch. Like sugar, Chris.
Yeah. And this one I would say like, wait, I need to find a word. I don't like J, like je, like French J, je.
Je.
Perfect. Yeah, that's it, and that's it, right? For example, we have a word for frog that is jabba. You know,
Like Jabba the Hutt.
for example, yeah.
Okay, so can you complete that? You're gonna need a gay over top of jabba.
What? No,
Gay frog?
no,
No.
we're not doing gay for example. That's Vinny's thing.
Well, we're trying to help Vinny out.
Yeah, no. That's why I'm not using it, because he wouldn't be left with anything to use. But this is the Malaka. No, we don't have a word like that. No.
Operation Fat Wrench.
We have this letter over here. It's like a double letter, and that's exactly the j.
So it's not J, it's J. Is it J or is it G?
This is je. I don't know if you can hear the difference. Je and j.
Yeah, there's a difference there.
Yeah, like you can hear it, and the funny thing is you need to you need to learn how to position your tongue. For example, we have different positions for L, where you use the regular L.
You
Then
put
we
it on
have
the forehead and taunt
yes,
people.
exactly right. And then we have the le, la la, la la. And then we have the long L, like ooh.
Ooh.
Exactly.
So you should do. You should get Johnny on here and make him practice all of these.
Exactly. And then he's gonna torture you with, Johnny, what's your language?
Portuguese, I believe.
I'll tell you what, Walton knows that last L because I hear him use it all the time when I start making comments at him.
Huh?
The L.
Oh, he's put that last L down.
Yeah, Walton takes lots of L's.
Yeah. And the regular vowels are like A, E, I, O, U, and Y, right? Do I have them all? Not sure. But this one is
Why is one of those like transitional vowels? It's a weird one.
Okay, never mind. But this one is translated always. Like when you open your mouth. Perfect.
Like when you just take a nice healthy dump.
Yeah. This one is always pronounced eh. This one is always pronounced e.
But that's an I.
E.
E.
This one is this one is always pronounced o.
Oh.
This one is always pronounced u.
Ooh.
And this is pronounced as e, and the only difference between these two is how you use them in words and grammar. See?
Well, that's just weird.
I know.
John wants to know what your shirt says.
Make America Great Again.
She got a mega on there.
Krav Maga.
Johnny says we sound like Pokemon.
Just a little bit. I don't know. I need to wear this shirt in case Shane Davis stops by in the chat, which he never does. I don't know why, but probably because werewolves are better than the cats in all ways possible.
Well, house cats for sure.
All cats.
How dare you?
Okay, you have a very exceptional cat there. We already agreed on that. What does the FTW mean? Fuck the world.
Or the win.
Okay, mine is better.
Yeah, you got to be careful because when you say a comment like that when he's talking about Hebrews, it might come off as anti-Semitism to some.
I thought FTW was Flush the Walton.
Yeah.
Maybe it's F the Woods.
Fornicating Through the Woods, the next book by Stephen Walton.
Can somebody check whether the dude is streaming or not? I kind of want to know whether we have time or to start making fun of him.
I'll take a look.
There's always time to make fun of him.
I know, but it's different when he's streaming, you know.
If there isn't time, you make time.
Yeah, and when we are talking about typical Slovak stuff, tomorrow I'm having a visit from my brother, and we're making the traditional Slovak dish, which is it's called gnocchi with sheep cheese.
With shit cheese?
Sheep cheese and bacon. And basically how you make it is you grate the potatoes and you add like flour and eggs and salt, and you mix it like into that like a dough, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you just put tiny pieces into salted water. And when you get it out, you just put like that special kind of sheep cheese that we have over here, with a little bit of bacon, and that's it. And it's very delicious and like high on calories.
Pretty good. I've never had sheep cheese, but I'd be curious to try it.
It's it's very different from goat cheese. Goat cheese is very aromatic, and I personally don't like it very much. But I think you would like sheep cheese.
When you say aromatic, you mean it stinks.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like Walton has anything set up, so I don't know. I don't know what's going on over there.
Walton is slacking off.
It's Walton. I do recall him saying something the other day that he was going to do his stream like an hour or two before Scotty.
Oh, okay.
And I think Scotty runs. Does he run at 8 or 9?
These days I don't know. It's been shifting.
I mean, usually he's got 10 million promotions out for it already. So let me see. When's the last time he mentioned it? Usually he mentions it like 3 or 4 days in advance for some reason.
Yeah, see, I'm not big on feta cheese, so.
Nah. Okay, it may be like a goat cheese, but feta doesn't. That's not like a typical fresh cheese. Goat cheese that you get. When I'm talking like sheep cheese and sheep like cream cheese made of sheep cheese, it's like fresh, you know.
Gotcha.
Like, for me, feta is feta. When I talk like goat cheese, it's just.
You're talking about like the sliced stuff or blocks.
Yeah.
John says like brie cheese or Brie Larson. Stinky.
I've never had brie cheese, and I'm a very big fan of cheese.
Brie cheese is pretty much for snobs. It doesn't even taste good.
We simple folks, we like mozzarella.
Yeah, oh yeah, I love mozzarella and provolone.
8:30. I finally found it.
There it is. Yep, 8:30.
Scotty or Walton?
Scott.
Gotcha.
So if Walton's going on an hour to two before, so probably around like 6:30.
Are we gonna annoy the shit out of him?
Well, if he goes, if he doesn't have it set up by now, I would question it.
Because I don't know how long we're planning to go over here. And I just don't want to be like boring for you guys. I can spend hours just working on this, but I mean, just sitting here and watching somebody draw is probably not the most entertaining thing in the world.
Well, that's kind of like an extra added bonus, though, because we just kind of came in here on the fly, so we didn't, we don't really have a whole lot of stuff to just plan to talk about. So you got the drawing in case things go kind of stupid. You still have the drawing to look at.
Yeah, this one is gonna be peculiar because this one is the wolf I told you about. So I need to be very, very careful about how to draw the eyes.
Right. Omega wants to know if you decided on a favorite food for each of your characters.
Honestly, I think I only have Lena so far. Yeah.
Makes sense. And that's a question I never really thought about before.
Lena and Jesse. Yeah.
I was just gonna say there's little details that I don't know. They're interesting sometimes to add that kind of stuff.
Well, particularly in this chapter that I'm working on, there's even gonna be I think a page, or at least a half a page, where you will be able to see an actual food. Like when you're watching anime and there's you can see how they prepare all this food, and it's like oh my god, it looks so tasty, so delicious. So I wanted to do something like this in Bonds, and they're gonna be having a barbecue. So I just really hope I'll be able to draw it right. I even think, I'm not really sure. I just need to stop screening for a bit because I think I have it in the JPEGs. Yeah, there it is. Yeah. This one was this was a sandwich thing. And I'm pretty proud of it because even with the black and white version, you're able to tell what's the part of the sandwich, right?
Was that a Walton prepared sandwich? I heard he did that a lot.
I don't know. I kind of imagine like they did, probably not.
You got to be careful because that panel is ripe for Photoshop.
Damn.
Splack Guys wants to know what channels we're talking about. We're talking about Sporking News Podcast, which he'll be having the Dump Show on tonight at 8:30, and author Stephen Walton, who we're still not sure if he's streaming, but if he does, it'll probably be around 6:30 maybe.
And we're definitely gonna be bugging the hell out of him.
Yes. And John said it wouldn't be entertaining if you sucked at drawing. Drawing streams, even.
Right.
Johnny thinks you should let Pale Rider decide what the character's favorite foods are.
Well, he's usually deciding about the fashion sense of the characters, so the red dress and things.
Yep. No, Mega's giving you a compliment there. That's how quick your head turned on that one.
I do.
He says, since it's you, he took the chance to know if you gave a more deep knowledge of the characters. That's why he asked. Well,
I always encourage people, who are, are either over on these drawing streams or even anywhere else. If you're curious to ask, just ask away. I have no problem, There he is. There he is. Speak for yourself.
Weak.
Damn.
Jesus. That's disturbing, Fisk.
Damn.
That's what I heard this morning when I came out into the living room.
What was the word? What was the word? Wait, what was the word? Grumble. Okay, speak for yourself. Come on. Grumble. You go.
What's up?
Grumble.
He's like, what are you talking about? I never said that.
Yeah.
Uh-huh,
Is that
Uh-huh.
an imposter? A Fisk poster?
I'm sorry, man. Like, you have so distinguishable voice that, yeah, probably not.
I don't know. I still think that a were guinea pig would be the funniest thing ever. Oh no, he's gonna shrink to like less than a foot long. Oh no! Just kicks it like a soccer ball.
Well, just imagine it will get so strong that it would try to kick it and end up breaking your toe.
Well, that would be even funnier. It goes to go kick it like a football, and then it just grabs him and slams him like a Hulk against the Loki.
That the best is like Tommy when he's impersonating, Piggy howling.
Yeah.
Winking at the moon.
Week at the moon. Do. Maybe I should do that. I should do that revision of that song.
Yeah.
Tommy, I really think you need to find a way to make this Werepig versus Smallwood Walton happen.
Most definitely. If I could ever get my daughter to finish the project she's working on already, I can start that one.
Gotta crack that whip. These artists gotta be put in their place.
Yep.
Oh God.
So, Chris, what did you get from the language window that we had over here?
Yeah, that was cool. Yeah, whenever I try to learn new languages, I always first thing I want to learn is all the swears and insults, because growing up here in New England, we have a large community of Puerto Ricans in Massachusetts, and it's interesting when they start talking shit to somebody's face, and most people don't understand. English speakers don't understand them. So it was the first thing I learned. So when one of my friend's mothers started talking shit to me, I was like, "Ida de puta." Just like,
Oh my God, yes. I mean that kind of swearing, that's the funniest shit I've ever heard of. Have you seen the Hitman's Bodyguard? Where Salma Hayek starts swearing in her cell?
Yeah,
remember
in
that
Spanish.
Yeah, in Spanish. Oh my God, I was just cracking, laughing so hard.
Well, I don't know. It's useful to learn like the insults and then the binaries, and then from there you can start learning conversational, like whatever the language is.
Man, like trying to learn our language, that would be so hard because we have so many grammar features that would give you a headache.
Is it Roman? Is it Latin based like most European languages, or?
Kill me. I don't know.
Because when I was learning some Romanian and I was surprised. It was like, wow, this is basically like Spanish and Portuguese and French and
not really. It's heavily okay. I don't know if you know something about languages like generally, but it's very similar to Russian.
Oh, niet.
Yeah,
my Russian is
for example,
terrible.
over here we say no, niet. It's basically like niet.
But what about the ch or the ch? Because I looked up what no was, and it just gave me the C with the squiggle over it, and I was like, I don't know how the hell to pronounce that.
Wait, what did you put insert?
The word no. And I got ch, and I was like, what the hell?
That's some crap, because the word no pronounces like NIE.
Wow.
Or at least it looks
Google!
like no, it looks like that, but it pronounces like nie. I don't know why ch is there. Like if you put like nothing.
B Rose. And
Can of soda, a slice of pizza, vagina.
that's just the Massachusetts. There's the Boston accent, not now, Chief. I'm in the fucking zone. Then there's the Maine accent, where you can't get there from here. Then there's New Hampshire, where we all sound wicked weird. I'm not entirely sure how Rhode Island or Connecticut sound because they're closer to New York, so you get a bit of like the New York dialect.
And that's why you threw me off, Fist. The first time I met you, I thought you were some kind of like British transplant because you speak so properly.
Yes, quite. Thank you.
Well, not quite that properly, but you know what I mean.
Well, it doesn't help that my dad's side of the family, they're all from there, so it rubs off, and it's a little embarrassing. Like my neighbors growing up were straight from Limerick, so half the time you couldn't understand a word they fucking said. Son of a mouthful of shite, What was that? You like that?
So Chris, I have a question for you. So you were talking about Romania and having a lot of Latin roots. Do you know the original root language from Romania?
What, Latin?
It was Slavic originally, because at one time Romania was part of Hungary.
Oh.
Or Hungary, rather.
Yeah, but
it was part of Hungary. And when the Romans came in, that's when they annexed what became Romania. It's the name is in the roots of Rome, and they used it as like a mining town, basically.
But Hungary is a completely different branch of languages.
But it does have some of the traces to Slavic, especially Finnish and stuff like that.
Well, I would dare to oppose that, honestly, because that's actually one of the things I do remember. My mom is Slovak language teacher, and when she was beating this into my head for years. Man. It's a completely different branch. Wait, let me check.
Did you say Finnish language?
Yeah. There's ties to what they call Yolgric. Damn it, I'm failing to remember what it was called.
Yeah, I love Finnish mythology, and it's one of the least it's one of the one of the least explored European mythologies. That the Kalevala, the whole origin myths of Finland and stuff. It's freaking badass, and I hope more people exploit that stuff.
Yeah, there it is. But the Hungarian language is actually the only language in Europe that doesn't come from the Indo-European branch, but actually from the Ukrainian or something like that. So
okay, Yorlik, Finno-Ugric is one of the language families. And they also say that there was Turkish influences as well.
Definitely, Turkish influence, definitely, yeah.
After the Ottomans ravaged up from Saudi Arabia through Eastern Europe, they pretty much dominated and co-opted most of the cultures there. Most Greeks have Turkish in them. So there probably is a lot of interchangeable words, like how you were saying that Malaka there, or somebody was saying that Malaka, the insult in Greek, is also used in Armenia. You just kind of ferried that language up north.
Yes, Black Guts, PA Dutch is a little strange, and we got some PA German going on too. But I don't know. I got exposed to that a lot when I was a kid. Not so much these days. We got a lot of illegals. Just to put it bluntly, kind of overtaking the area. So that hasn't been so much of a thing. If I travel a good distance in any, well, I guess mostly east.
Lancaster County.
Yeah, east and probably south too. Hit more of that over there, and I can understand it, but I don't speak that. I don't think that. Hold on, my cat's.
Tengo ganas, mucha hambre. No, Pennsylvania Dutch. That's a pretty cool. I remember hearing some of it from the Mennonites and the Amish. It's weird seeing it in America because we speak American here. So seeing something other than Spanish or English, spoken pretty freely. Oh, what the hell is that?
It depends. Like, I mean, like you can literally go like town to town and village to village, like not even city to city, and people will speak completely different.
Yeah, that's man. When I was doing research for my game back in the '90s, I remember like that Tom Tar race. You know, the little like house elves, those little like Christmas elf race. Like what would they speak for a language? And it turns out that the Shakers, the religious group that came up to New England, were of Dutch ancestry, and you know they kind of branched off. Some went down into Pennsylvania, and some went up to New Hampshire. And I was like, oh, they probably have some kind of dialect of Dutch. And I heard the Pennsylvania Dutch, and I was like, oh yeah, that's it. So their language is called Bittelspek,
Yeah.
which is it's based off the Dutch or Pennsylvania Dutch stuff. And
Well, not exactly. It's definitely it's heavily influenced by German, but there's some places where people speak like almost straight up German with a mixture of English, and it's a slight, variation. It's not common at all, but it's around.
So how do you like this design? I just couldn't figure it out better.
the dark
I
eye.
dig
Yeah.
Very cool. Oh yeah. I was meaning to ask you. So, your werewolves, they're all like. Is this world like real world, or is this like an alternate world that we're not really, like an alternate Earth? We're not really supposed to be like, oh, that's New York over there, or that's
Yeah, that's what I didn't want to do, because I've seen a bunch of stories that are set in real places, I kind of did something in between, right? So basically I created a new land for them, a peninsula where they live, and they also can live like outside of the peninsula somewhere around the world, whatever, right? So I mean, like, yes, you will find New York, you will find Chicago, you will find Los Angeles, blah blah blah, and you will find werewolves there, but not my werewolves. They just live on that peninsula. Basically, that's where the most of the plot is taking action at. So it's a combination again.
Well, with that said, then from like an ethnic perspective, do the wolves themselves represent geographical like geographic locations? Like a timber wolf would be somebody of Scandinavian stock, whereas like have you ever seen those African wolves with the super long legs?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but no, what I was trying to play with a little bit more is basically how you look. That way is your wolf is kind of portrayed. For example, Lena is not very pale. She's like regular, but she has very dark hair, almost like black, brownish black, and that's why she has a very, very dark wolf. On the contrary, her brother is blondie. He has that angelic blonde hair, very curly. Oh, I already hate that hairstyle. It pisses me off. Like, he's been laughing at me all the time ever since I started drawing. I'm about to draw Jessie.
That seems to be a common factor for you. You design characters. Yeah, you design them to the point where it pisses you off to have to draw it.
Yeah, I know. I know. Yeah, I didn't think about it, but seriously, like Jesse, see, here's the thing. I take references in real people that I know, because what I kind of do is, like, when you know that people and you know how those people react in real life, you can apply that kind of reaction. You know how your characters are going to work. So what I did, I basically based Jesse as he is now on how my brother used to be when he was a kiddo. And what I kind of didn't think of well is I even took the look. When he was a kiddo, like 7 years old, everybody was like, "Oh my God, he has that angelic hair! Those curls, almost white." And yeah, he looked like a baby still. I don't know even when. Now he's a jerk, but I love him. That's the best jerk I've ever had. So yeah, but that's basically how your wolf will look like. So if you're a ginger, your wolf is probably gonna be ginger as well.
Oh man, the copper cab werewolf.
Yeah.
Johnny says, it would be great if wolves had armor.
Ooh.
Are we doing the scarf talk again? Like for a bit, I was struggling because I have a character in book that is also a blondie, and so basically, when this character Liam is going to be standing next to Jesse in their wolf forms, they both take form of a pretty light fur wolf, and I was like, oh my god, how am I going to distinguish them? Because like they're going to be standing next to each other, people are going to be confused, right? And Red came with the idea, you could put a scarf on Jesse. And I was like, no.
Hey, what about wolves with alopecia?
Oh no, no, you didn't.
What about what?
Well,
Hair
so
loss.
like it's like a bald guy, or Will Smith's wife. Like
God damn it, Fisk.
Well,
We
there's
just got done saying we're sick of talking about that. Here comes Fisk.
alopecia.
there's
The kid from Wizard.
actually a funny that you mentioned that, because there was I'm going to be introducing 2 more characters in probably the next book, and that's going to be a pair of twins who are known to be pranksters. And one time in probably not in the book, but maybe it's going to be mentioned, they did a prank on their trainer who just got pissed off, and he shaved their wolves to the form of poodles.
John's asking about your Luke Skywalker hand, Katie.
Well,
Well, the question's on the screen.
do you wear the wrist thing for? Yeah, it's basically for it's easier to so it slides easy on the tablet. I actually do have the professional one, the black one. Wait, I'm just gonna quickly grab it.
While you're doing that, what's up, Time Prophet? How you doing, man? Says it looks like a Peter Capaldi wolf.
Yeah, you ever see that they always do that zoom in on Capaldi's eyes in the old Doctor Who, or the less old Doctor Who? Chill, cat.
Ah, see, that's not my cat.
Okay,
Do you hear this cat?
So I do have the original one that is supposed to be used, but then I have the problem that whenever I'm trying to touch the mouse, it's sliding because I have a plastic. I don't have a rubber-ended mouse, so that's why I use this.
And it's probably just more comfortable.
Yeah. I've already got used to it.
Alopecia is not a stripper stage name. Kind of sounds like it. Never mind. I'm not going to get into that.
Okay. I already know.
Fisk asking the deep, important questions.
Oh, that sounds like a probe thing.
Hey, did you see what I put in the private chat?
Looking right now. Oh, nice.
Oh, damn.
Shocking.
Damn. I think you can read it out loud. Can you? I don't know.
Oh,
I'd like to hear Chris's take on this and have him read it.
Apparently, a colonel of the armed forces of Ukraine was caught in an underground transvestite brothel orgy. Oh, Rocky! I'm just a sweet transvestite from transsexual Ukraine.
There it is.
Damn. Guys, you're
I
having so
love
much
Tim
fun with
Curry.
this.
Well, yeah, it's fun stuff. Johnny says, where the hand slides really nicely? Paper.
Oh, damn. The elitism of
course.
the paper.
I actually do work, on traditionals too.
There is no undo button on
And Johnny knows that. And John, yeah, I gotta point out that Johnny is a very, very skilled, like traditional
Hell yeah.
inker artist.
Yeah. Hot babes.
That's for sure. Faux
Yeah,
show.
right.
That's kind of one thing I'm lacking when I'm drawing. That's why this comic media and all these fancy brushes are very like nerve pleasing for me, because when the brush can do this and I don't have to do it, you know, on
All
that
that hatching.
paper. Yeah, all that hatching. It's just like, I'm not a patient person.
Oh.
I'm just not going to comment on that.
Yeah, thank you.
Chill. Sorry.
We should get our
You have
cats
to
together
walk them
for a
around.
scream fight, Fisk.
Oh my god.
Well, I think I have to take him to the vet soon because he's got like some like I feed him the wet cat food because the dry food he just horks up. Like he'll eat it quickly and they just everywhere. So I feed him those little like small cans of wet cat food. He eats it all at once, and then like a minute later he's still hungry. So he's like, it's like he's just eating Chinese food all the time. So he's like constantly hungry. And I fed him. He finished. He came over here and he's like, "Bitch, where's more of this? I'm hungry." So he's like crawling all over me and meowing. So I'll go and feed him, and then another 5 minutes later he'll start screaming again. And it's like, is that like diabetes in a cat, or is he a parasite? I mean, he's eating more than me.
Yeah, he might have a tapeworm.
Oh God. Yeah, he's an indoor only cat. So if he's got something weird, there's got to be some explaining.
Maybe he got it from you. Do you have a tapeworm?
I wish. I don't know too many fat people with tapeworm. What is this, Tess Holiday? I got anorexia. Oh man. Oh wow! So you're doing a spec pass. All the highlights.
Yeah, I like to do it the other way around. I don't know why. I just, after some years of practicing, I found it more comfortable that when you darken it and then you just remove.
Man. Well, I know that. I think that's how the Batman the animated series works. Is they did everything on black, and then they just did like the highlights.
That sounds
Characters and
racist.
stuff.
It's actually not the highlights. If you can see, I'm having a mask on this one,
Mhm.
and I'm basically just removing, like erasing.
Oh, interesting.
I'm not adding like white color. So when I for example take this white, which is over here, and I do this, I just return it. You know how masks work.
Oh yeah.
So
Alpha channels.
yes. Oh my god. So many new terms, by the way. I'm starting to learn all of them at work. My new job.
Well, all the terms that I've had to learn in the past few years were disturbing. Toxic masculinity, white privilege.
Yeah, it's been quite a flood of new terminology in the past few years.
Yeah, Orwell
All
called it
of- and-
newspeak.
All of it is useless.
Yep. Yeah.
You know what? But I'm gonna give you like a tough job right now, Red.
Uh,
You know, we already told people that you're working on a very very special addition to the bots. So can you maybe introduce it yourself with your own words without revealing too much?
yeah, well, I can give you a spoiler. You want a spoiler?
Yeah.
Well, but don't, you know what not to reveal, okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
We were talking about ginger werewolves. Well, there might be one appearing in that story.
Yeah. Oh my god, do you want me to try it actually?
Well, that's
damn.
entirely up to you. No, it's a story that involves one of the primary characters you're going to be meeting in The Cursed Child. Just a little bit of a backstory, a little bit more of an insight into where this character comes from, how he's been treated, you know, what he deals with, that kind of stuff, and just a little something extra to kind of get to know the character. If you have questions about him after reading the comic, then there's a little bit of a couple answers for you that might kind of help clarify some things. But yeah, it was fun taking these characters, and a lot of the characters in this story you've never met yet, so I'd say the majority of them. So it's going to be it's a fun little I don't know, almost like a getaway from the main story to something extra, something different, something you're not really that familiar with. So hopefully
Very
everybody enjoys it.
Did you read the Lucent at all?
Yes.
Bancroft did that awesome bit in the back of his book to get to know the characters.
The
It was like,
interviews, yeah.
love that. It was like, are you more comfortable standing? Yes. It's like, okay, this guy's creepy.
You know what? Bancroft might get mad at me for this, but honestly, I did enjoy that. But I read it and I was like, you know what, man? That's like 20 more pages we could have had of the story.
Oh,
Damn.
I'm just saying. I wanted more story. That's not
Hey,
a
man.
bad thing.
Well, at least he didn't. Try to, screw over his customers by putting the character bios on trading cards that were like an extra perk. I'm not saying, I don't know anybody that would do that or anything like it. But
Oh no, it was definitely cool. It was definitely cool. I did enjoy it. But I'm a story guy. Like I'm all about the story. I just want more.
Yeah, hell yeah. And I don't know. I look at I look at the books and like the marketing brain starts kicking in where it's like, oh, what else could we do? Like what would be like badass like auxiliary props or additional perks or something for each of these things. Like David Feed's book there where he's showing the mask. I was like, that would be so sick to get like a Mortal Kombat style plastic mask as a bonus or something.
Yeah. I was actually looking into that a little bit because I was thinking about maybe helmets or certain weapons that might be cool to do like a printing of to offer. But we'll see.
Yeah. Well, one thing I'd love to see is, or at least with Bonds, is like, have you ever seen that show Kindred: The Embrace?
I've heard
old
of it.
90s.
I can't remember if I saw it. But refresh my memory.
So White Wolf Publishing, the guys who did Vampire the Masquerade and Werewolf and all those other like World of Darkness books.
It had the one guy from Cobra in it, didn't it?
Yeah. It had a short-lived TV series called Kindred: The Embrace, and one of the press packets, and I think I still have it somewhere, that Fox put out for it was get to know the members of House Tremere, get to know the members of House whatever, and it was an auxiliary pamphlet, but it gave you like little bios of each of the characters so that you couldn't because there's always that rule, like the 5-man band, that writer's trope where it's like when you're doing like an ensemble cast, you usually limit it to about 5 characters, all fingers on one hand, so that you don't have people juggle them. Like Cowboy Bebop, there's 5 main characters. Hell, even the Beatles had 5 at one point, but sorry, Pete. But the pamphlet though that they put out was because there were so many characters, you're like, you forget them. You're like, okay, I kind of remember that guy's name. Is the guy with that looked like the Wish.com version of Arnold Schwarzenegger that played Shao Kahn, or like, there's these other characters and you can't really remember their names or whatever. But when the pamphlet came out, I think it was like 15 characters, which was insane for principal cast at the time. Like that's more than Star Trek had. And it was just like, a little portrait, like a full body shot of the character. And then it just gave like, they're like, this is so-and-so, the head of house so-and-so. And then like a little blurb about them. And you see the face, you see the name, then you move on to the next. And they always had like it was really cool because it wasn't part of the book. Or it wasn't part of the TV show. Like you didn't need it to enjoy the show. But if it was like, who the hell is this chick? It's like, oh, okay, I got the pamphlet right here. And it's that person. Like, I love that stuff, like those little bio things.
Yeah, I enjoy that stuff too.
God, my favorite though is definitely the Fringe, that TV show Fringe. They gave me the entire like production Bible. They were just giving it away. I was like, holy crap, I'll take it. And it's like every like show note, all the characters' names, everything. And it's set up so that it looks like it's like customer facing or like public facing. So like everything's all like pretty. It's not just like if you ever worked in TV production or whatever, you're lucky you get something on a yellow sheet, which is just yellow paper with, typewriter. Like, there you go. This was all like, it's like superbly graphic designed and stuff. I love that stuff.
Oh, yeah. His name was Brian Earl Thompson.
Yeah, Brian Earl Thompson. He's like, I always called him the wish or the knockoff Arnold Schwarzenegger, but
Well, he was in Terminator.
yeah, he's one of the punks, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, and Arnold dwarfed him.
Apparently, he was also in the Night Slasher,
Oh,
and of course, he was in Cobra.
nice. Cobra. Oh, wrong one.
Yeah, we have a question from Omega. About what do you guys think about this design? I mean, I love these. I like almost all the designs of werewolves.
Oh,
I
Did
just
you ever
didn't want to use it in my particular story. I just don't know why.
Yeah,
Well,
I dig the hybrid designs. I'm not too keen on like the original Wolfman type design. Like that can
Gotta
be
be.
done well, but it very rarely is. But the hybrid is kind of hard to mess up unless you're really stupid.
Honestly, if Bonds wasn't Bonds, if it was like action-packed story about fights and about strong characters but most like action adventure whatever, right? Something like this, I would maybe choose to go with this kind of form. But the wolves as they're supposed to represent something else. So maybe that's why I chose it.
Well, did you ever see the World of Darkness werewolf stuff?
Ugh.
Like Werewolf the Apocalypse? Like they actually had like multiple forms of a werewolf itself could assume multiple forms. Like there was the typical
Yeah,
like
there's like
Omid
5
form.
forms.
Yeah, then there was like the Glabro, if I believe, which was like basically a dude with like Teen Wolf. He's like he's still a human, but he's got like fur and pointed ears and fangs and stuff. And then I think there was like the Hispo or whatever, which was like basically what you just showed in Van Helsing. It was like a big jacked dude that was kind of more bestial. And then finally like the lupus form, which was just like a big wolf.
You're skipping a few there, Fisk.
See,
This
parts-
was
like a
more the
Glabro?
Wolfman design. The Krenos was the full-on hybrid. And then there was
Oh,
kind
yeah,
of
yeah.
like, I don't remember what it was called, but there was kind of like a dire wolf form that was just a larger wolf, and then the regular wolf.
Yeah, the Hispo. Yeah, the Hispo was the dire wolf. I don't know. I'm pulling this out of my ass. It's been like 30 years since I've looked at this stuff.
Yeah, I don't remember all the terms, but yeah, I do remember the forms.
See, for example, I've heard about this Teen Wolf, and I really wanted to watch it because it felt very, very similar to what I'm doing now. I just decided not to because I was worried I would take too much influence out of that. It just sticks. You see something very cool that you don't like, and sometimes even subconsciously implement it to your own story, right? And the moment when I started like writing Bonds, that was about the time when I even stopped reading different type of like werewolf literature and things like that. Just didn't want to have the influence there.
Time Prophet says Mac's been drawing a lot of furries lately. He wants to know if you're going to be drawing furries.
I'm not really a furry person, to be honest. Like there's
No, nobody should be. Omega says, "What about the Harry Potter werewolves? Man, that was one of the most disgusting. That's one of those ones when I said, unless you're stupid. That hybrid form was awful.
I don't know.
Oh, no.
That one actually
It's all
came out a little bit scary for me.
Yeah, it was
What
all
about
like emaciated.
American Werewolf in London.
Oh yeah, I actually laughed at that one though with his transfer. It's just like Jesus Christ! It's like ah. Or did you ever see American Werewolf in Paris?
Yes.
Dude, that was disturbing. Like the kneecap like snaps and then moves around to the back. I was like, oh!
Way to go, Fizz. Way to go.
Yes.
And that's where you draw the line. You could say anything you want about Walton and his weird fetishes and the grundles and everything else, but when you talk about limbs snapping, that's where Katie draws the line.
Sorry, my bad. 1 second here. I just had to share that because that's pretty much it.
Oh,
Spot on, Tommy.
oh.
That's what I was up to when I got quiet.
Oh my god.
No, the anybody that think like if the kneecap had to turn
No!
around backwards like that, that's not how. But that's not the anatomy of a dog's leg, though.
Can somebody write me in the chat when they're done talking about the kneecaps? I really can't hear what they're talking about, but it just freaks me out. So sorry.
Well, I mean, that wouldn't be how it worked, anyways, because like the dogs have knees; they're just higher up, like that extension of the paw or whatever. Like that lower part of the limb is actually like the foot, the full foot. It's like they're on their tiptoes.
Well, that's interesting that you have that response because I mean, in your own description,
I know.
Yeah,
I was just
you
about
got a
to
lot
say,
of-
like,
lot of
if Bones
breaking and
ever made
bending.
it to the theaters, I would be probably like. It's not even that. It's not even like it's that cringy. Listen. My colleague, she got very clumsy, right? And it was kind of freezing, and she slipped and fell, and she broke her pinky like that,
Oh yeah. Ouch.
And she came to work, and it was all patched up, all nice, safe. I was cool until she started telling us the story about how it happened and what happened. And that's when I went, closed. Tell me when you're done. Those kind of stories are really, really can't watch. We actually do have a.
Biscuit's a werewolf. It isn't real. Get over it.
We actually do have a Slovak movie that's been made in our surroundings. Please don't watch it, or if you do watch it, Slovakia doesn't look like it. It's called Hostel.
Oh yeah, I've seen Hostel.
Yeah, and there was a moment where there's a dude tied to a chair, and somebody comes to him from behind to snap his Achilles tendons.
Oh yeah.
And that's when I had to turn it off.
Sounds like fun.
It has that sound go again. As it goes something like this, like, oh man, I can't seem to make that sound again. Damn it.
Perfect. No, it's a sound that you will recognize very easily. But yeah, I had to turn it off because that's a no for me.
Tommy, was that a Walton enema phone?
No, I was actually trying to snap a carrot in half, and it just didn't make a sound. I did it the first time. I did it the first time, and the carrot went crack.
Yeah, that's actually the sound. Yeah, I know. And I knew it was carrot,
No, the pigs were staring at me, so I had to feed them.
Why aren't they squeaking when you feed them?
Because usually I'm getting to them before they start yelling at me.
You're their bitch, Tommy.
Well, you know what it is Cliff Jumper. He will do this thing where he stands up just at the edge of the cage and just look through the bar, and he stares at me. And that's when I know that they're getting ready to start yelling. So I already see the signs.
Oh no. Give me my food.
Damn.
Is that what it sounds like? That's a bone breaking.
Yeah, but I think it's about the right time, because like if Walton is about to start streaming, it's probably around the time. And I think we kept going for good 2 and something hours, and so far I'm not really satisfied with it, so I'm just gonna keep working on this. But I realized that when I'm streaming, I can probably do some basic inking, but for the coloring, I will definitely need some Solitude or something, because I look at it now and I don't like it. So yeah. So if you like it, we're probably gonna be doing some more of these drawing streams. Either over the weekend, maybe Friday. We'll see. That definitely more decent hour for me. But thank you all for stopping by. Guys, would you like to do the quick promotion for your project?
Yeah, sunsworn.com. Thank you very much.
God damn it. Just horrible. Now speak.
Mouse speak?
Now Speak.
Yeah. Epic space fantasy at its finest. Yeah, this is a fun, fast-paced action adventure that takes place in between the events of both novels. Obviously, beautiful art and colors on this book by a wonderful artist and a phenomenal colorist. I think you know them both.
If you are looking for action and adventure, be sure to back Sunsworn Wings of Vengeance today, because if you don't, you are a bigot.
Spin the wheel.
How about it? There you go. Thank you, Tommy.
All right, the second one that we have over here to talk is this lad.
Look at that. I'm at 176 backers. Ship immediately. We're still in demand here. 50 full color pages, high fantasy, harkening back to 90s Saturday morning cartoons and anime. And it's going to be the old ultra violence tossed in as well. Yeah, we've started production for the second book now, and we're hoping to kick off the mailing list soon. But I want to have enough of the book completed, or enough substantial stuff to actually push the book, because I don't want to be somebody that starts a campaign and then you have to wait months or years to actually get the book. So I'm hoping to have the entirety of the book completed before we actually launch the campaign. So depending on how much of what we can get done prior to launching the mailing list, I guess will depend on how quickly we can get that mailing list started.
So you finally got a dedicated artist again?
Oh yeah. I was looking around, and yeah, I mean it's choppy waters out there. Stormy seas. It's we need dependability. We need people that can stick around and deliver. And there's no bad blood or anything. It's just people seem to have liked. I set out surveys for the first book to the backers. If you back the book, you should have received the survey in your email. Just asking what you thought of the book, what you liked, what you didn't like, what you wanted to see more of, what you really didn't want to see any of, as well as it listed out some possible perks for the next book that we might actually put into some stretch goals. So yeah, thanks, Katie.
Another one we have here, that's Shadow of the Kraken, and we're just gonna keep it like nice and sweet, very short. It's all about the parrot that's gonna get the booty and the treasure and the ladies in the end. Some like ladies. You can see beautiful ladies here, gardeners, apparently beautiful flowers, and definitely into like having fish as pets, and bunch of gentlemen just helping ladies out of the boats, and a lot more. Definitely your typical pirate story. I think it was the best pitch I've ever had.
Shadow of the Kraken, where you will find high adventure on the seas with a little bit of historical touches thrown in there by Vinny Tartamella. You will also see stuff of high fantasy as well, including lovely ladies laying on the beach. Don't be sure to check out the little figurine that he now has on his site, which he is pushing most.
You have it written somewhere.
That. Like, I don't know where he's pushing, because every time I think pushing, I think of Walton, and I don't want to add that into his campaign.
No.
Be sure to check this out. That guy, he has a lot of stuff done. They don't call him the Fulfillment King for nothing.
Pirating is back, my friends. Swashbuckling adventure on the high seas. The stuff we've all dreamed about. Just picture it, guys. Clear blue water with Skull Islands. Waterfalls and jeweled treasure underneath. Whoa.
There it is. Perfect. And the very last one is, of course, still a mailing list where you can sign up for the Bond Cursed Child. That's a volume 2, and we would love to have you there, because we're planning to launch like our own mailing list where we're going to inform all the backers and if people are interested in our stuff what we are cooking. And now you got to tell me, Mr. Manager, how do I write us out on a trailer?
Oh, well, first we upload the trailer, which we haven't done. But hold on a second. Let me see here.
We don't have the trailer.
Well,
Never mind. We're just gonna watch the video over here. When I click this, it should work, right?
Yeah, it should work.
Okay, so I'm clicking this.
If you shared audio.
I didn't share the audio because I'm dumb as. Perfect. There it is. So anyways, guys, thank you very much for being here. Definitely stop by next time. I don't know what I'm doing. Have a nice evening, and we'll probably be on another stream again soon. So yeah, bye.
Night.
Yeah. Thank you.